What's up guys, it's Bizute back with another Reddit video. Today we're doing r/MaliciousCompliance. You already know I'm serving up a nice little peanut butter and banana sandwich. And of course we're putting it on some multi-grain bread. It's almost summer, so come on now, you gotta be looking your best for summer. Anyway guys, at the end of this video, make sure you hit that like button. I say at the end, I have to always say at the end, because if you hit it at the beginning, then how do you know you like it? Stop lying to me. Stop lying to me. I just want to know. So, I'm sorry, I get a little emotional when it comes to this. Anyway guys, before I start breaking down and put on the notebook, we're gonna get right into this one. You want me to put my book down? No problem. So this happened to me today on my flight on a particularly sunny morning. I booked a window seat, love me some window on an airplane, and I ended up sitting next to a man in his mid-30s who took an outrageous amount of selfies on the plane to document his travels, I assume. This already put a bad taste in my mouth, but to each his own. Our side of the plane had only 2 seats, so it was just him and I. We did some armrest dancing and eventually reached what I thought was an unspoken agreement that I would have my elbow on the front side of the armrest while he would take the back. I thought it worked out pretty nicely, so we both got what we wanted. So we take off, and he ended up falling asleep. I popped my headphones in for some lo-fi hip-hop and open up a book I've been meaning to read for quite some time. As we reach 10k feet, it's quite sunny, like almost unbearably so, but I enjoy being able to see out my window while flying, so I keep my window open. I felt bad and wanted selfie bro to be able to stay asleep, so I lifted my book just right so it blocked all the sunlight from SB. That way I could enjoy my book and my window, and SB could get some Z's. Fast forward about 30 minutes when selfie bro woke up. Selfie bro aggressively moves his arm forward to displace mine. Did I do something to upset you? You're taking up the whole armrest. You have the window, I get the armrest. Okay. I move my arm and my book. As I set my book down, the sunlight that was previously blocked now shines directly on SB's face. He grunts as he tries to reposition himself to get out of the light. I lean back on my seat so he can get the full sunlight experience. I return to reading my book. SB asked me to close the window, and I pretend to not hear him. SB can't get comfortable, and he doesn't want to turn the other way because there's a small child who won't stop staring right at him. You can have the armrest, SB. I know I'm petty, but I win. You did the right thing here, OP. You did the right thing, alright? First of all, what you did right was you booked a window seat. I'm pretty sure I've brought this up before in previous videos, or one other video, but like, come on. The window seat is literally the best seat. You don't gotta get up if someone has to use the bathroom or whatever. I personally never have to use the bathroom on a plane. I've also never taken a plane that I think has been longer than like 3 or 4 hours, so I can hold it in pretty well. So yeah, so I just like to sit in my space at the window seat. I can control the window, in case it's too bright or whatever. That's my territory. No one's touching, alright? I'm peeing on it. That's my territory. So yeah, that's what you did right. The first thing you did right, book that seat. Second thing is, you worked out some unspoken agreement. It can get awkward with that armrest, as we know. Everybody knows, whether you're in a movie theater or on a plane, it can get awkward. So, but they seem to work it out quite well. And then this man wakes up after you tried to help him with the book in the sunlight, and he has the audacity to go, nah, that's your window, this my armrest. Are you kidding me? Nah. There's a mutual agreement here. If you didn't say that, then he would have closed the window when you asked. But now it's like game on. Get Corbin Blue. Get Zac Efron. It is game on. Alright? Wildcats. So you did the right thing by being like, nah, you can sleep with the sun right in your face. And you know what? I'll lean back just so it helps you go to sleep a little better. Bet. And that's all I gotta say for this one. I mean, that might have been a lot to say for this one, but we're just gonna go to the next one. I did charge you wrong. Let me fix that. Not my story, but one of the waitresses at my job. We work a small family-owned restaurant, and we have a lot of regulars who have been coming here for years. A table of 4 such regulars walk in during the in-between shift. 3 of them order bacon double cheeseburgers, the 4th a steak sandwich. We are not a cheap place, so this rings up about $35. One of the regulars complains to the waitress, who also works the register during the in-between shift, that she must have mischarged him. After looking over the ticket, the waitress realizes he's right. She forgot the extra charge for bacon on all 3 burgers. $35 became $40 after tax. Wah. The most important takeaway from this story, the first and foremost, that's not expensive. $35, $40, whichever way you take the after tax, that's not bad for those 4 burgers. Like a steak sandwich is gonna run you a pretty penny. And double bacon cheeseburgers are gonna run you, a decent amount too. So $40, $35 for that, not bad at all. Second, what do you mean wah at the end, huh? OP, I got a bone to pick with you. Are you Waluigi? Are you talking about Wawas? Because if you're talking Wawas, I want a Red Bull and I want a pack of gummy bears. Yeah, that's a little classic that I like to go by when I'm on a road trip. You can take it up in the comments with me, but that is a killer snack, alright? If you don't like Red Bull, first of all, Good for you, because you're probably not as hyperactive as me, and you should probably quit taking Red Bull and other caffeine, because listen to me speak. Second, gummy bears are delicious, but not too many of them. And thirdly, damn, that waitress she really did you dirty like that. Even though, like, why'd you go up and ask? Like, why'd you have to go up and be like, you didn't charge me enough? Like, you said that something was wrong. You didn't really specify what the person said the price was wrong here. They just went up to the waitress and said, he mischarged me. So I'm kind of confused if they knew that it should have been more and they're just good people. But then the waitress was like, oh, I mean, she was just doing her job. But at the same time, she could have been like, oh, don't worry about it. But then she might have gotten in trouble. I don't know. This is just a sweet compliance story, all right? I'm sorry. I like this one, all right? I'm sorry. We're just going to go to the next one. The customer is always right. When she was in college, my mom would work at Mary Callender's. For those of you who don't know what that is, think of one of these old-fashioned diners from the 90s. My mom worked as a waitress, and occasionally you would get the average person who thought, I need to feel better by making people who will do my bidding feel awful, which is why I go to restaurants. One day, these entitled people walk in with their friends, and my mom is supposed to wait their table. She goes over and asks what they would like to drink. The friend asks, could I get a water and Sprite? Whereas the entitled person demands in her own words, get me a water and coffee. My mom shrugs off the hostility in the person's voice and does as she's told. She brings out the drinks and puts them on the table. About a minute go by and my mom is carrying a tray of food in each hand for a different table, while walking past the table with the entitled person. The entitled person puts her hand out to block my mom from moving past, while almost tripping my mom. To make sure she doesn't ignore her, and says, apparently you can't understand English yet, honey. My mom is of Asian descent, but was raised to learn English in her first language. I asked for a hot coffee, H-O-T, so heat this up. And the entitled person thrusts a cup of coffee into my mom's face as though my mom has a third arm that can carry the cup along with the 2 trays of food. My mom doesn't like these kind of people, but she knows that the customer is always right. My mom smiles and replies, sure thing. She places the cup on one of the tray tables since she in fact has no third arm. Apparently the friend of the entitled person was nice enough to tell her friend, I don't think that was very nice. I don't think you said hot when you first asked. After delivering the food she had, she walks into the kitchen with a cup of coffee. There's a coffee pot full of fresh, hot coffee waiting to be poured. My mom ignores it. There's only one way for her to make sure the coffee is hot enough. She proceeds to stick the entire cup in the oven. About 3 to 4 minutes of cooking, my mom uses tongs to pull out the cup, since it's way too hot to be held. The result couldn't be better. The coffee was visibly boiling. My mom places the cup on a tray using tongs to make sure she doesn't have to hold the cup. She walks over to the table, smiling, and places the cup on the table using tongs. The entitled person stares at the cup, almost as though she realizes what she had brought upon herself. The cup itself was emitting steam, the liquid inside bubbling with heat. The person didn't even touch the coffee. Nah. If I'm walking by with 2 trays, and you were not satisfied with the temperature of your coffee because you did a hot check, nah, and you just hold it out like, yeah, I'm waiting for you to take it. I'm thinking in my head, I'm gonna be debating in my head, is the job really worth it? I could find another job, I could probably find one that pays a little better than this. Drop in the trays. How did that feel? Was that hot enough for you? I cannot stand people like this. Like, they're just like, I'm pretty sure no one can stand people like this except people like this, because who to stand the worst people on earth and the worst people on earth? Like, ooh boy, this one was crazy. This one was like, not crazy and like, nobody got hit by the magic school bus, but like, it was just like the perfect malicious compliance. If only that woman would have grabbed the cup. Like, I was just waiting for I was waiting for the story to be like, and then she grabbed the cup, burned her hand, fell right off. Oh, that would have been a little icing on the cake. But the fact that this woman understood, like, all right, that's the last time I ever asked for hot coffee like that again. Maybe I'll be a little bit nicer to my waitress or waiter. So I'm glad it ended that way. And, a good story gets you heated, and then you're like, all right, we're chill now. That ended nicely. So anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this one. I hope you all enjoyed this Reddit video. r/MaliciousCompliance is a fun one for me to do as always. I love seeing these stories. I love reading these stories. As always, if you liked the video, you can hit that like button. I mean, you don't have to, but you could. It would help me. I don't know how it would help me other than, display that I like the video. Other than show that you like the video and I know to make more like this. Or you can hit that dislike button and let me know why, or you can just hit that dislike button and not let me know why, and then have an evil smirk on your face saying I dislike this video because I did not like it for this reason, and I will refuse to let them know so they can't improve. That is also an option. Or you can leave a random comment. As always, a comment could be, I dropped my OtterBox in the ocean, however it's waterproof, so we're chilling. That would be pretty random to leave on a Reddit video, but you could leave it nonetheless because you got the right to do that. So yeah, you should do that. leave some suggestions down below on some Reddits you want me to look at, because, you know, I stick to like the entitled parents, malicious compliance. I did an r/ask Reddit yesterday, but it didn't really, you know, do too well in terms of the views, but that's okay. You know, it's not all about the views as always, you know, come on now. But if you think that was something that you'd like and you didn't really notice it, yeah, go check it out. But definitely leave some new ones down below. I want to check out the new ones. I've been checking out the new ones. For example, Nuclear Revenge and Pro Revenge. I got those from the comments, and I like those ones. Stay on the lookout for another one of those. And also, on the Ask Reddits, a little somebody shouted out the TV show Psych for me to start watching. So I think right after this recording, which would be right now, I'm going to start the show. And, you know, thank you for the suggestion, and hopefully it's good. As always, guys, it's been Bizute. Thank you, and I'm out.